everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we start a brand new series, and I'm really looking forward to this one. We've got a weekly sports recap show. This week in sports, this is episode 1, and it starts right now.
And a fair ball, a long throw for Hayes. He got him!
Well, I hope you enjoyed that little intro. That's going to kind of be your little intro to this weekly show. It's going to come out about every Friday, Saturday, or Sunday or so. Hopefully, I'll probably make community posters. So if I'm not available to do them every week, but I hope to make it a weekly show. And what better week to kick it off? We got a lot of good stories, happy, sad, in between, and we're going to cover it all. So I want to make these short videos, as short as possible, and try to really cut to the chase, so we'll see what we can make of it here. So why not get right into it? And we had this week start with a bang. A head coach firing in the Broncos organization of the NFL, where they fired head coach Nathaniel Hackett on Monday following a 4-11 start to their season. And just one day prior, they lost 51-14 to a struggling, defending Super Bowl champions, but struggling LA Rams team. Hackett was in just his first season with the club. He was only head coach for 15 games. And that marks the shortest tenure of any head coach in Broncos history. Newly hired assistant coach, he came over from the Ravens at the beginning of the year, Jerry Rosburg, will take over as the interim head coach until the end of the season. Broncos general manager George Patton described the firing as a way to hopefully find a new path for the team, following by describing how the organization just simply run out of patience. I mean, why wouldn't you? Just had a coach that went 4-11. You signed Russell Wilson. You got a good veteran quarterback. You can't make anything of him. Yeah, he had injury problems. Yeah, he's starting to get old and a little bit washed up, but Hackett just couldn't find a way to figure out and try to get him over that hump if he needed to. If you could say something like that. Do I blame the Broncos? No. So there you have it. There's our first story, and I'd say the biggest story of the week, it was Nathaniel Hackett getting fired by the Broncos, and just a day after he coached only his 15th game in Denver. Just one day later, we had more big news out of the NFL again, and this time this time we move more to the West Coast, where we see the Cardinals defensive lineman, former Texan J.J. Watt, who announced his retirement. Watt was a 3-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year, and on Twitter earlier this week, he announced it would be his final season. Since entering the league in 2011, he put up 111.5 sacks with the Texans, and he came over to the Cardinals in Arizona in 2021. He announced it on Twitter just shortly after the team's Monday night loss to the Buccaneers in overtime. Sloppy game. They ended up losing that one, so the Buccaneers still have a chance to win that NFC South. Watt said in his post that his heart is filled with nothing but love and gratitude for everything that he's gotten over his career, and they also followed up that statement by saying what an honor it's been to play. And I mean, of course, you were one of the best players. You got all the respect from everybody in the league, and just to get a chance to play in the NFL, and especially really make a name for yourself, why wouldn't it be an honor? His retirement, he said, will allow him to spend more time with his family, including his newborn baby, Koa. That thing's adorable. He's got a wife, and now he's got a kid, so give him plenty more time. He was getting up there on the age list. He got a quality 11 years in the league, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, that's a good resume. He got paid great. Why not retire? Go spend time with your family. So obviously, got to respect his decision. All right, so we're going to move on to our final topic. I'm going to try to make these about 3 or 4 topics per week, just so I can keep it short as I described back in the beginning of the video. But for this week's final topic, we cover a story that many people have seen coming for a decent amount of time. And that was that Brazilian soccer legend Pele died on Thursday at the age of 82. Now here's the part where people kind of saw coming. He had been suffering from colon cancer along with a respiratory infection, and it got to a point where he needed to be hospitalized, and that was in mid to late November. The hospital put out a statement earlier last week, I should say, describing that his condition was worsening, and that ultimately led to his death Thursday. I was trying to remember my days there. Pele has been the face of soccer for over 60 years, when he was 17, he was the youngest player to ever score a goal in the World Cup. He played 21 years for the Brazilian soccer team, and he was the only player in soccer history to play to win 3 World Cups and play in 4. And he did all that at a very young age. His first one when he was 17, got the youngest player to score a World Cup goal. So he leaves a historic legacy behind him, a great legacy. He's going to continue his legacy. He's going to continue to encourage young kids who want to be like him, although of his absence, as he passed away at the age of 82 on Thursday. Well, there you have it. I'm sorry to go out on a little bit of a sad news, but I hope you enjoyed this first episode. Plenty more to come of This Week in Sports. I'm really looking forward to this series, and I hope that you'll tag along with me. Tell me your thoughts on this new series in the comments below, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed this episode 1, week 1 of This Week in Sports. It's going to turn into a weekly recap show, so please tag along. Let's have some fun with it. Bye, everybody.